Hello, hypothetical viewers, and welcome back to Shining Force Final Conflict. Since the last episode, I actually have not promoted everyone. Oh, this is a little neat little gimmick of this map, by the way. It has like fog that gradually disappears as you go. But it disappears before you ever get there, so it kind of doesn't matter at all, but it certainly looks very neat aesthetically. But yeah, I have not gotten everyone up to level 20 and promoted. The enemies here, once people start hitting level 16, they really do not yield a lot of experience points. So I'm gonna just beat the level, and hopefully the next battle will be a little more conducive to finishing up that level grind. We'll have some enemies that are a little like higher level enemies, I guess. But yeah, made a good dent in it at least. Got everyone a little bit boosted. Oh man, while I was getting OBS set up to record, I was just listening to the background music here. Shining Force has such good music. Ah, love this song. Like, this is the generic Shining Force theme, basically, that is in every game. And I'm like, it's really strong. It still holds up. Oh, the battle music is good too. I freaking love Shining Force music. Shining Force, generally, I'm like, it has like very strong music, and the graphic design is generally quite strong as well, even if the level designs are sometimes a little questionable. But yeah, so no new animations to look at or graphics or anything, but hopefully after the next battle, so we'll see, I guess. I have to see how grindable the enemies are in the next battle. I'm hoping they'll yield some decent experience, because you can see that, you know, these enemies are giving us 1 exp. That's not much to work with. We also managed to get a random level for Minto. Oh, and I also, and Cynthia got Aura rather. She got Aura. She doesn't need to get it. I also realized, after using Aura, no one's injured, but we'll just show it off. It seems like in this game, I guess Mead got 1 HP. You get exp even if for healing, even if they recover no HP, which wasn't true in Shining Force 1, I'm pretty sure. But that happened here at one point when I was grinding, which I was surprised by, but it's certainly useful. But what I realized, I was always like, wow, Aura gives so much X, you only need to use it 4 times and you level up. It helps you level up in less turns, because you get 25 X in a single turn, so it takes 4 turns. But regular heal gives 10, right? And it costs 3. Heal level 1. Aura gives 25, and it costs 7. So basically, it costs like not quite 2.5 times what heal 1 is, because, you know, it obviously you're not using fractional MP, but close to that, and it gives about 2.5 times the X. So it actually you break even. Aura doesn't give you more experience, it just gives it in a bigger chunk. Cost-wise, you're paying about the same per point of experience, effectively. So it is faster. You only need 4 heals to level up, versus, you know, 10. So certainly it will save you some time. It'd be less annoying, but it isn't actually more... It doesn't let you get more exp per MP or anything, which I had sort of assumed it did without ever actually bothering to actually check or think about it at all, because I didn't care enough. But after thinking about it, I was like, oh, that's disappointing. I mean, I guess it makes sense, though. Like, I guess in this game, for balance purposes or whatever, they were like, this is how much EXP healing should give you per 1 MP or whatever. And then they just did that. This happened to me every time I was grinding. I would be like, I'm too impatient to wait that long to get everyone to go forward. This will be far enough away. And then I was always wrong. But then I would just be like, fuck it, and do it anyway, because I don't have the patience. That's the thing, like, I feel like the main thing that gets me killed in this type of game is my own impatience, because I'm just not willing to play it patiently and sort of approach slowly. I just rush in. I'm like, fuck it. I don't want to wait. The perils. One's greatest enemy is oneself and all that, I suppose. Oh, I didn't shuffle around the weapons yet and give out like the power spear to the correct person and all. I just didn't get around to it. I meant to, like, every time I egress to do it, I was like, oh yeah, I should do that. And then I would forget, and I still did. So, before they're all promoted, that will happen in the next battle. Dum-de-dum. It'll be nice to get Mead there a few levels, just because he's kind of slightly behind everyone else. He came into this mission at level 15 with, like, 9 exp, whereas our only other level 15 character, Howell, was, like, already halfway to the next level, so... Mead was kind of perpetually falling behind. Yeah, I accidentally discovered that you can heal and still get exp, even when you're healing nothing, when I moved the cursor on the wrong person, basically, while using heal. And in the original Shining Force, I'm pretty sure that wasn't true, that if you use heal on someone who's at full HP, you didn't get any exp. I thought I remembered that, and then I just assumed that was true for all the games, but it is not. Which makes it much easier to just quickly get some levels for our healers if we ever need to just, you know, blast out some EXP for them. You don't even have to wait to, like, get near the enemies. So that is massively convenient. Gotta say, I like the art direction, the Hell Soldier there. It actually, like, has, like, a sort of, like, a fiery look, like it's an actual, like, a little dwarf from Hell or Lava Land or whatever. You know, the beard and stuff. Just showing off Minto's sprite here. She has a tail. She is like a cat person, I think. Some sort of animal person, like Shining Force usually has at least a couple of. Shining Force 2, I think, is the only game that didn't have any actual animal people. We had, or no, it had the bird people, but nobody else, I don't think. Yeah, I think it was like just the bird people. If I'm... No, actually, you know, I'm completely wrong, because Gerald, the Wolfman dude, was there too. So they had the animal people, but they didn't have, like, the cat and dog people. Only the wolf and bird people. So I guess it's just, like, different Shining Force games have different selections of animal people, but they always have some animal people. And Minto is, the animal person of our party. Yeah, like I said way back in the Shining Force 1 videos, which... Man, posting those is gonna be very weird if I actually do it, because it's like a fucking time capsule from like 3 years ago. I guess you should really post things closer to when you created it, because otherwise it's just confusing. This level is a lot of wizards, so gotta take it slow. I may as well let Mead to get that kill, because it's more valuable. The archers, these snipers give, like, nothing to anyone. Well, at least, yeah, well, Cynthia's out of MP. Oh, this is the other weird thing going on with Cynthia. She's level 16. She's kind of similar level to everyone else. Let's compare her to Knuckles, who just got to level 17. Her attack is only 2 points behind his. It's much better than the wizards. And it's not that far behind, like, our highest level attack characters who have improved weapons, like main character and Ruberon here. No, but she's pretty similar to, like, Julia, Mead, Knuckles, Sonette. Her attack is a lot higher. Oh wait, I'm gonna sneeze 1 sec. Ugh, saws. Her attack is a lot higher than you'd expect for a healer, so I'm like, is this the explanation of why her MP is so bad? Because she, in a weird way, much like Knuckles, she's like a hybrid healer attacker, except that unlike Knuckles, who was a monk, to explain that, she's just a normal, like, priest who's attacking with a staff. It's genuinely baffling to me, because I was looking at her stats and I was just like, what the fuck? Why is her attack so high? But it is. And it's not like she's, you know, she's not as strong as our best fighters who, you know, have like attacks in the 40s. She's like, her attack is okay, basically. But it's quite a bit higher than the mages. It's like 10 points higher. So, you know, she's sort of in a weird middle ground. And Slade was kind of like this in Shining Force, sort of Hashia. So you do sometimes have these healer characters who are like you know, slightly better at fighting, but I think his class was like vicar or something, you know? And I did not expect Cynthia to be a similar type, but she might be. Cuz he like his attack wasn't as good as our very best melee fighters, but it was usable. Which is more than you can say for most healers. Like by comparison, Sarah, also from Shining Force Gaiden, sort of Hajia, did not have a usable attack at all. It was like super, super low, like a lot of the spellcaster characters. So it's like weird. I don't know how they decide which characters to make the, you know, fighter healers and which not, but it seems to be a thing. Oh yeah, let's use freeze too. We can get all 3 enemies. Go for it, Howl! Excellent. The golem resists freeze, I think. Oh, he managed to kill the shaman. Very nice. Excellent. I think that'll get him to 16. Very good. Oh, and he got Blaze 3. Ah, so good, Howl. My little wizard buddy. Oops. I left these 3 too close to the shaman. I always do this to myself. Like, this is the second time in one level. I just don't have the patience to approach in checkerboard formation. I rush in. Okay, let's start beating on this. Oh, it's a witch, not a. Yeah, this is not the sorcerer. I was thinking of sorcerer because the previous game I recorded had the sorcerer, but this is the witch enemy. Similar sprite, but different name. Got these guys picking up the rear. I still didn't give him the power spear, so we don't have a range attack. Oh, well, that's it for Sinette. Oh, she managed to survive that. I'm impressed. He definitely needs a heal. Let's have Ben quickly finish off the witch so that we don't all get murdered by more spells. See, it's not like we're getting no X, but it would just take so long to level up based on that. So I'd rather wait till the next battle, which I think will have more enemies that give higher X, basically. So it'll be a bit more useful. Because a lot of these enemies are really giving nothing, and then you have a couple that are giving like 10. Why not use some of Minto's magic? She doesn't have a ton of MP either, honestly. Like, Howl's, of our spellcasters, Howl's the only one who has okay MP. So Cynthia attack, see what we can do here. See, like, she didn't do a ton. Oh wow, she got to attack twice though, but like 6 damage, that's as much as Blast anyway. Right, which is her attack spell. So it's like, is it, well, this is the critical hit. Oh, although the skeleton is tanky, Sinette with a critical hit only did 8. So, you know, Cynthia's pretty comparable there. I think Golem resists freeze, so let's use Blaze level 2, and we'll still have enough for a level 3 at the end of the fight. Excellent. Aw, Shaman's just gonna heal him. That's why you gotta take out the healers first, but I don't want to move too fast here and get our party completely swarmed. Okay, who needs healing the most? Ben is injured. Sinette is the most in danger. So we got a couple heals anyway. Knuckle can hand out. Knuckles is actually our highest level party member right now. Because for the mages, you know, you can basically keep giving them X as long as they have MP, regardless of what enemies you have. Cynthia will be level 17 soon as well, which I'm sure someday one of these levels will give her some decent MP, right? Maybe after promotion? Has to happen eventually, right? I'm hoping. Oh, excellent, Sylvia. Wrapped that up. 2 critical hits in a row. Very excellent. So satisfying. I don't know whether that skeleton is the boss of the level or not. We've killed every monster in the level except the skeleton, and the level has continued, but I don't know if it's just to kill every monster level or if that skeleton is the boss specifically. We may find out. You know, we'll see the order I end up attacking stuff in. Does he have a healing item? He does! Okay, use that on yourself then. There we go. You get 1 X for that. Very useful. Getting a little bottlenecked here where the party, The Shaman will probably heal all this back, but whatever. I just want to see Blaze 3 and its damage. Not bad. Although, considering how much it costs, you certainly can't do it very much. We're kind of already... Maybe Sylvia can hopefully finish off the Shaman. Very good. We're kind of already in the part of the game where it's like, given the amount of MP the mages have, the amount of damage their spells do just doesn't feel like quite enough, does it? Because you could only cast so many of them. Man, these skeletons really are tanky. Like, dang. Okay, Knuckles, why don't you heal Cynthia, who is also quite injured. Building up Knuckles MP. Or, EXP sauce. We're actually decreasing his MP because we're using it up. He can get in here. Kinda just doing the mop up now, and then we'll watch the ending cutscene of this battle, and then the start of the next battle, and then I will probably do some level grinding on that next map. Jeez, poor owl. And then hopefully, assuming that the enemies are such that we actually can get everyone all the way up to 20, I'm hoping they will be. You know, the start of the next episode will be showing off all our promoted sprites, hopefully. That will be the goal. Very good job, kiddo. Your name is literally Kiddo. It's still bizarre to me, even this far into the game. Just like his name is Kiddo. He does that's not even a nickname. That's just all we know to call him by. It's so weird. It's so weird. And he's like very obviously a child, which also makes the whole thing quite uncomfortable because it's like, why did we recruit a little child to fight a war for us? That seems incredibly inappropriate. Yeah, legit, Cynthia, she did 6 damage to a skeleton, Sylvia did 7. Yeah, so I guess this is defeat every monster map after all. We have discovered that. Very fun. Sort of. But, Cynthia kind of does damage on par with our, like, not our very strongest fighters, like Ben and Ruberon, but our, like, you know, mid-tier melees, I guess. Which is, considering that she's the healer, her class is literally healer, I'm like, huh. That's surprising. Okay. Oh man, Howl's in trouble. He may die of the poison. It's entirely possible. No, I think Ben will be able to finish this up. There we go. Very good. Wrapped up the level. At least we got a lot of gold. We have so much gold right now from level grinding. Okay, cutscene time. Ho ho ho! Who's this? What is happening? Ho ho, you really are good! Who are you? I didn't just appear from nowhere. I'm Morton, and I've been trading here. I think this is our 3rd healer. We'll see if this one has any MP. It was most impressive to see your perfect defeat of the Devil Army. That young man called Max is a very skillful warrior, but you are also good. Ooh, he's seen Max. Max, you know Master Max. Please tell me more. Max is my master. Adam's personality is a little different in this game than in the original Shining Force 1. Ho ho ho, is that so? You're Max's companion? We made the rough crossing from Parmesia to Grans together. That's how we know each other. In like a boat? How did you get here? So, Max is here now. Please let us see him. Unfortunately, he's not here to see. I alone remain here to continue my training in the final waterfall, which is rumored to have supernatural powers. I think this might be... The only map I can think of from Shining Force 2 that's similar to this is when you go to the dojo to recruit Sheena. I think, because that has a waterfall that she trains under, I think maybe, like, this is the backstory of why there's a dojo there, because as you might remember, her master... Or no, somebody was killed by Lemon. I think her boyfriend was killed by Lemon. But she was like... You know, maybe this guy founded the dojo, and then, like, she's his, like, descendant who took over the dojo, and, like, that's why there's a dojo here? In Shining Force 2? Not sure. But I can't think of any other places where there's a waterfall. So then, Mr. Morton, you don't know where Max is? Unfortunately, that's the case. I only know the way Max went. So, where was that? I'll remember in a minute. Don't be impatient. I sympathize with this guy, honestly. I also have a terrible memory. It's like, especially for directions, I get lost incredibly easily. As anyone who watched the Shining Force 2 Let's Play will know, it happens in games as well. Well, I've decided I should probably go with you. Even though I can't remember, it has been quite some time, and we should get going. So he still didn't remember, but he's gonna lead us to some unknown place that he can't remember how to get to. But Morton the Master Monk has joined the force. We must help to get justice for our brave friend. After all, what have I been doing all this training for? Max has probably been taken to the Devil's stronghold at Ground Seal's ancient tower. You may remember that in Shining Force 2, the town of Grand Seal was named after the Ground Seal tower that it was guarding, which was like the tower that sealed away the devils. So basically, we're like going through Shining Force 2 backwards in this game, where we started in Parmesha and then are going back to Grand, where in Shining Force 2 you do the opposite. So I assume that's where we'll be going too. Okay. Off we go. I don't know why we went to this waterfall in the first place. We just walked up and then we walked straight back. Okay. So let's cure poor Howl and Sylvia before I forget. Look at how much gold we have. That's from level grinding. At least we'll be able to easily buy new weapons for everyone, unlike last time we had to buy weapons where the healers had to go without for a while. Or the mages, because I couldn't afford them. Okay, so let's go watch the opening cutscene in the next battle. And then probably that will be the battle I will level grind on. This does also look like a Shining Force 2 map. I don't remember a specific one, but it looks like a lot of the outdoor maps basically look similar. The stronghold of Gallum lies ahead of us. I believe Gallum was the town that attacked Grand Seal town in the early part of the game, because their king got possessed by a devil. They were like the neighboring town to the north. I think we like went there. And Lemon was the knight of that town. It was never explained why he was a vampire. That game was so weird. The stronghold of Gallum lies ahead of us. It was originally built to defend against monster attacks. We'll need to go through it. You say that's what it was for originally, but what has become of it now? It's now occupied by the Devil Army. You know, it's sort of weird that we never heard about this. Like, how far in the future from this is Shining Force 2? Because it seems like there's no, like, town at Grand Seal, and Gallum, like, isn't a kingdom. And so, like, is it, like, very, very far in the future? Like, decades? It's sort of unclear at this point. Because otherwise you'd think we would have, like, heard about this in our history lesson from Sir Astral or whatever. Some say that only Aku remains there. I think they are here for a purpose. It's just an interrobang. That's all. Adam has the ability to pronounce punctuation. It's one of his robot powers. I heard this from the people of Roft Village. Maybe that's the village where we met Howl and his mentor, who the guy Howl and his student Kazan. Because we went to like another little village to meet him that was like further north. Roft Village. Yes, the village is right ahead of us. We'll go there first, before we go to the fortress of Gallum. Or, no, maybe, where was Roft? Because I like, vaguely remember that before, when we came back in the back half of the game, when we had to go back to Gallum and, like, reach Grand Seal again, we went to some little town right before it. I do remember that, so that must be Roft. It's like, I think where the map is, like, around where we found the secret dwarf town. Remember... Any hypothetical viewers might think back to how we had to, there was like one specific tile you had to go to, and it took me a while to find it, to find this like hidden little village of the dwarves of the blacksmith, and we did that right before Gallum, so we might be around there. That's my guess. Well, some monsters, of course. They're here! It's those pathetic mortals who dare to defy the devil army. Although we are Master Aku's scouting party, we alone are enough to take them down. The devils are very self-confident. We could just take lessons, all of us, from them in like how to have good self-esteem. Look over there. It's the Devil Army. Looks like they found us. It does indeed. Okay, so let's at least take a little look at the map. Yeah, this reminds me of, not the entirety, it's smaller, but it reminds me of like a piece of that map where we like had near where we went to Dwarf Town, so I'm pretty sure that's what this is supposed to be. And I think Roft was like a village that was near there, because like, you got all the way to Roft, and like the Dwarf Town was like somewhere. I'm like pointing at my computer screen as if viewers could see it. I think my mouse cursor can be seen in the recording. It was like either around here or like right above here or something, because it was like a little bend in the river, and there was like a weird colored spot where you used the dry stone. I think it was like basically further north from this a little bit, I think. But let's see, we have shamans, golems. So the enemy loadout is basically similar except for the bow rider, who's probably the boss of the level. So maybe not for the grinding, maybe a different map will be oh wait, well, no, actually the Mist Demon, I'll see what the Mist Demon gives, because this might actually give quite a bit of X. And if so, we can keep killing the Mist Demons. It'll be annoying because we have to walk down to them, but we'll kill the Mist Demons over and over and hopefully get some X. It's gonna be tough because, oh, and these are, yeah, the Witch has Blaze 3 and the Mist Demon has Blaze 2, so it's gonna be challenging, but it should be doable. I have plenty of money to res people anyway. Okay, so I guess, yeah, I'll do some grinding on this map, and at the very least, we can definitely get the healers leveled up. Like, you know, we can boost Cynthia and Knuckles up to 20, if nothing else. And I will do my best to get everyone else boosted up. We'll see. It's all going to depend on how much the Mist Demon gives. If the Mist Demon does not give very much exp, then, you know, we'll kind of give up on that. Because I think killing the Bow Rider will end the level. And I'm guessing that the Bow Rider, now that it's a boss in this, will become like a normal enemy in the next map. So if the Mist Demon gives crappy X, then we'll just wait for the next one. If the Mist Demon gives decent X, then this will be the one. So thank you for watching, hypothetical viewers. We met a new friend, the Master Monk Morton, and we are trying to track down Max and rescue him from the Devil Army. So that's all very exciting. In the next episode, I will hopefully have gotten everyone promoted, and if nothing else, at least gotten Cynthia and Knuckles promoted. So look forward to that in the next episode of Shining Force Final Conflict.